Alright, welcome to the channel. My name is Kaden Bera, and today we're going to be talking about how I switched to iPhone. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background. I've been using Android phone my entire life, whether that started out as a flip phone or it was to my recently Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I've had an Android between one of those two phones. Now about a year to a year and a half ago, I had switched over and tried one of the older iPhones to see if I liked it, and honestly I didn't like it at all. It didn't do what I wanted, and I realized why I was with Android in the first place, and I gave that iPhone up and stuck with my Android phone. And the reason why I gave it up is because I have a hacked version of Spotify on my phone, so I don't have to pay for the premium version. It's really nice. Can or cannot recommend it. Anyways, the next reason is because there's no widgets. There's no widgets on iPhone when I tried it, and so I didn't really like that. I liked having the weather widget on my homepage, so I don't have to go into an app. It's just right there. Another reason is because there's no app drawer on iPhone. Everything has to stay on your homepage, whether in a folder or just apps scattered throughout multiple pages. I don't like that. I like having to hide away your apps in an app drawer with the apps that you don't use that very much. And the last reason why I didn't stick with iPhone was because it's not very customizable. I like doing experimental things with my Android, like throwing on different custom skins to it, different AIs or UIs, sorry. But that all was about a year, almost 2 years ago. So obviously making this video, I switched over to iPhone. I currently have the iPhone XR, not the newest phone right now. I believe the 12 just came out, but I wanted at least the one without the home button. It's kind of like the newer lineup of their iPhones. Now here are a few reasons why I switched. There's one main reason why, and then there's just a bunch of benefits after that. The number one reason why I switched is because all the social media apps and most of the apps that you can get on iPhone work flawlessly. They work a lot smoother, and the camera, say for Snapchat, the quality on it is a lot better than Android. And the reason is not because iPhone cameras are better than Android cameras, nothing like that. It's because iPhone has one operating system. And so for Snapchat to make only one version of it can make it the best that it can be and just put it on that version for iPhones. Whereas Android users, there's tons and tons of operating systems for Androids out there. So what most majority apps have done, like Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff, is they made one app that makes it pretty easily to use on all the operating systems for Android and just throws it on there. And so it's not very good. It just is okay for everything. And I honestly use social media apps a lot, and especially to grow my photography business and on TikTok and on YouTube. I need that camera quality on the apps. I need to post on my Instagram stories. I need to be doing that. And so I decided it was the time to upgrade to iPhone. I wouldn't say upgrade, I'd just say change. But in my eyes, it's an upgrade so that I can use the social media apps like I want to. And some of the things that I couldn't get a few years ago when I tried switching, I can get now. Like the new iOS 14 update. They now have widgets on their home screen. You can get weather widgets, you can get time widgets, you can get email widgets, you can get a bunch of widgets now Apple has come out with. And they also have an app drawer, which is awesome. It has all your apps in it, and you can just hide them away so you don't have to have them on the home screen if you don't want them. I also did find out a way to get the hacked version of Spotify on my phone, so now that I don't have to pay for Spotify free premium, pretty nice. And then with all those benefits or the changes that I actually got to like on here, there's pluses with it, like iMessage game with friends. I can FaceTime with friends now. I can use AirDrop now. My messages are now green and not blue, or vice versa. Heaven forbid, they're different colors. But there's just a little stuff like that when we switch to iPhone that's just different. So now we're gonna go into some things why I like the iPhone over the Android. So number one is the battery life. I wasn't sure if the battery life was gonna be able to hold up to my daily use. And to my surprise, it can do that plus a little bit. On my Android phone, I would be able to use it, but once it got down to the 30 and anywhere below that, it would just start dropping down faster and faster. But on my iPhone, I've realized that once it gets down to those low percentages, it just stays steadily, slowly declining, just like when it was at 100%. So it doesn't decline faster over time. It stays steady throughout the entire time, which is really nice. So the battery ultimately lasts longer, especially on those low percentages. And I wouldn't say iPhones are faster than Androids. Obviously, they're going to be faster than the lower end, cheaper Androids. But I'd say the operating system on the iOS, or the iOS operating system, is just smoother because it's locked down. You can't do as much things as you can on Android, and everything just works really smoothly, which makes it feel faster. Now, if any of you are worried whether you're switching from Android to iPhone, or iPhone to Android, or Android to Android, or iPhone to iPhone, and you're decreasing your refresh rate on your phone, my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus had a refresh rate, I believe, of 120 hertz, or maybe 90 hertz or something. And this has a refresh rate of 60 hertz, so I was downgrading quite a bit on my refresh rate, and I was afraid it was going to affect the way I used it, and it wasn't going to be as smooth, but that didn't affect me at all. I can barely tell, to be honest. So if you're worried about that, don't be worried about that. Another big reasons why I didn't want to switch to iPhone was because I got so used to the fingerprint reader on the back of my Samsung. It was just so easy, just turn it over, put your finger on there. Your finger was already on the place pretty much where when you pick up your phone, it was just so easy. And iPhone, especially the X's and up, they don't have a fingerprint reader or a thumbprint reader on like the older ones did. They just have Face ID and a password. But I was surprised to see how fast and how easily the Face ID really worked. It works super fast. It's almost like there's no password there. You just turn your phone on and you're already looking at it, and so you just swipe up and it works really nice. There are a few downsides to it though, especially in this day and age where we have coronavirus and we're wearing masks everywhere. I can't log in my Face ID with the mask on. I gotta pull it down. It'll sign in, I can pull it back up. Or I can just sign in with my password, not a big deal. Honestly, Bixby was on my Samsung, and I don't think anybody really likes Bixby. It had a dedicated Bixby button. I didn't like it, never ever actually used it. But the AI on this is actually better. I like Siri, but I can actually say, "Hey Siri," and she'll pop up, and I don't even have, it's like Alexa, I don't even have to sign to the phone. I don't have to do anything. Now we're gonna go into some of the things that I don't like about my iPhone that I like better on my Android. Number one is the camera. I still think my Android phone had a better camera than my iPhone did, especially in low light situations. I'd say they're pretty close, but when you get to low light situations, my Android, I believe the sensor was just a little bit bigger in that phone, and so it can handle low light a little bit better than my iPhone can. iPhone are notorious for not doing so well in low light. That may be different for the new phones like the 11 and the 12, but for the XR, my Android did a little bit better. Now one big complaint, I'd probably see the biggest downside to this phone is the notifications panel. The notifications is just kind of a mess. You swipe down from the top and it gives you just everything right there, every single notification you can have, even if you don't want it. And you can't see notifications. Once they come in and you swipe up, oh, I'll go to that later, you forget about it. On my Android, there was a status bar at the top, and it told me what notifications I had, so I wouldn't forget about them. I could just swipe down and easily see the important notifications. Whereas I feel like Apple sends me literally every single notification I get. Android seems to filter out that and just send you the more important ones, which was really nice. This kind of goes along with the customization aspect that you cannot do on iPhone that you can do on Android, is you can't go to the browser and download APK apps, which essentially means you can download any app from the browser, no matter what it is. An APK is essentially just an app file that you can download on your Android device, so you don't have to download apps from the App Store. And that's one thing I liked about Android. Any app that I couldn't find on the App Store, I could just go online and find a version of it. Say if Fortnite ever gets taken off of the App Store, like it has been talked about, you can just go to the online and type in Fortnite APK for Android and just read down the Fortnite right there, and you can still have it. On an iPhone, you are stuck to what is in the App Store, with a few exceptions, but that's pretty much it. Now, overview time. Am I glad I switched to iPhone, or would I rather be back on Android? Yeah, I'm glad I switched to iPhone. Like I said, the big reasons why I switched, it does really well. It uses all the social media apps really flawlessly. The camera's really good on those apps, and that's the main reason why I switched. And if it does all that good, plus all the other things that it wouldn't do a few years ago, I'm really happy with it. There's a few drawbacks, but I think the pluses come out ahead for me personally on the iPhone. Now, will I ever go back? That's the question, and I can't say for sure right now, but I don't see a future where social media apps are going to become a lot better on Android. And my view could change. I could not be on social media as much growing my business on there, so I may need the customization on Android. I don't know, but for right now, iPhone's working pretty well for me. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more content just like this, and follow my journey to becoming a photographer and a videographer, and we'll see you guys in the next one.